all the people living for today. Imagine there's no country. Okay, so welcome into Philadelphia Walks PTSD, just a dedication song to Yoko Ono. Heading on up to upstate New York, I guess. She's 90 years old, and done with New York City after many, many years, of course. And I had to look up all her information. I can't believe she's 90. I grew up with, this sort of technically a movement kind of subversively going on all through these years. Peace versus non-peace, violence versus non-violence. What does violence look like? It's not necessarily a war. It could be, it could be fists. It could be intimidation. It could be people violating your space and coming in and taking over your mind, your body and soul, and so forth and so on. So who didn't love John Lennon and Yoko Ono trying to bring peace into the world through music as the means that was presented, or, however it came to be that these folks were in this forum, if you will, or came through this platform or what have you. So just sort of, wow, I'm sad because there was a peace movement, I believe. And I'm wondering why everything got turned around at some point in time. Because there's a lot of people who love peace, and they didn't prize the corporate world, say, or the, I got to stay in control. I have the upper hand. I'm above you. I'm the one in control. I'm the one in control. I sort of grew up more yogic minded by nature, even if I wasn't able to practice yoga in a younger time period. I loved the Hare Krishners simply because they were nice and kind at the airport back in the day. I didn't like the cherry cordial, coming around swilling their bourbon and acting like they own the world. Oh, well, your mom's not good enough. I'm a better one. Yeah. So that's, how do you grow up as a truly, truly peaceful person when you're around people who need to have the upper hand, even people who purport peace, who present themselves in such a way that they have to have the upper hand? They're the ones in control. Never once did anyone think that Sharon was in control. And that's a massacre of a human being. Never once. Oh, well, we got to get in there and straighten that out. She needs to be on the straight and narrow. So day 56 of my 365-day campaign, one video each day, 365 days, seeking deep pockets. Maybe Yoko Ono could help me out. Clearly I have no idea how to reach someone like her, or her son and sons. There's Sean and Julian, and Julian's mother's name, Cynthia. What if your family follows a microcosm of a narrative occurring over here in England? You never know. Hey, where's Ariel Sharon in Israel? I have a sister named Cynthia, and my name is Sharon. So, wow, there's a lot of interference all of a sudden. So anyway, I come on here daily to basically beg for money. I know I come across as less of a beggar and more of like, I deserve this after whatever the H kicked up in 2011, the fourth Monday of January. You'd think the Russians were involved because the weather was so bad. Are the Russians controlling the weather again? Blizzards, historic, never seen since 1941 in Philadelphia. What was 1941? Well, my mom was born that year in January. My stepmother technically was born that year in December. And Pearl Harbor, an attack by the Japanese on America. American soil. I still have to look up the history on that because I just know it happened in 1941, and I know Hawaii has a memorial. Kamikaze jets and everything, right. So we never had blizzards or snow in Philadelphia since 1941, and it shows up in when? 2011. We love the 11s. So whatever the system is, it loves the 11s. So my phone number ends in an 11, and I thought about changing it a million times, but because of the nature of my business, it became more of a hassle and a cost. And then I thought, well, I don't know what to do, because if I keep doing stuff, it seems like other people are heavily influencing me, or they, it would be like, oh, we want her to change her phone number. Oh, we're the ones in control of Sharon now. No, we're not going to have her change her phone number. Can you imagine being massacred mentally by a whole bunch of people who think they have to come in and take control of your life or violate your space or act as if? I'm part of as I had a therapist who said, it's sometimes a lot of people chose to go the third route. Maybe they're not total pacifists like the Quakers, but they're not wartime fearmongers like the people who attacked me, I think. There's a third way between in and around and just sort of go over here and avoid. Because if you're too pacifist, you're still choosing a side. And to be honest, there are people who claim to be Quakers who seem to participate in whatever this game was. Big time. So much for the Quakers. Or do they earthquake people? We have to wake people up by shaking them. Oh, who decided Sharon needed to be woken up? I don't know if that's what it was about. It was a massacre. It was more like, can we drive this person crazy? It's almost like a system to send someone into the asylum. Or I can list again. Homelessness, psychologically crazy, suicide, shoot other people. There's like 7 other ones that sorry, there's a whole list that I have, but anything negative that you can think of is what was downloaded to my brain, fabricated evidence to make you look like a pedophile or a terrorist. Meanwhile, you're in therapy trying to unload from people who are inappropriate. You grow up sort of in a region where people don't know better. Your family gets interrupted by someone else who thought she was going to be a better wife than your mom to your dad. So somebody came up with the term cherry cordial. Oh, it's cherry cordial, all right. Whoa, can you imagine being a lotus flower trying to thrive, breathe, and live in the middle of a cherry cordial world? The cherry cordial kills the beautiful plant. It kills life. I'm about life and peace. We're talking tens of thousands, if not more, people participating in antics and games, even still today, but at a lighter scale, because the pandemic has sort of cleared out the population and things are flipping and changing. And I'm kind of wondering if there's some other target out there wondering what to do, because their world was turned up, his or her world was turned upside down. And, it's possible. Just came up. Remember when I had a child who fell out of a window? See, that is my mom. Are people proud of themselves because they need to control other people? Do they think they're better? Do they think because you're not this, that, or the other that, oh, something must be done? Something has to be done to this one. She doesn't fall into line like the rest of us. That's my mom. I decided. It's a halo lamp up there. So I want to know what started. I want to know how many people in this cherry cordial city that calls itself so liberal, in this show of a city. I want to know how many people have a lot of money who should be forking it over. Because my life was snatched And there's so much that's gone on that I can't even tell people. I don't even know how to describe half of it. And there's some things it's like, that's too weird. And how does one go on living about life if you actually have experiences that people would be like, yeah, right. She's crazy. She's crazy. Crazy. Crazy is the easiest way for people to deflect blame. To call someone crazy is a way to deflect blame. Oh, she must be crazy. I didn't rape her. You know how women are. She must be crazy. We weren't human trafficking her through dog walking. Where'd she get that idea? I was trapped into dog walking, a temporary job fix because I was hopping around from job to job in the city, trying to figure out where I could find a non-toxic environment. Turns out Philadelphia only produces toxic environments. Is it a cherry cordial city? And what does cherry cordial mean? You know how you see a video and you're like, God, that's from like 62. That's as dark as it gets. These people crawl out of the back recesses of some sort of like, I don't know, conference table from 1966 with their bourbon and their whiskey, kicking up their boots or their whatever, their nice shoes, half business, half police like from 1962. I'm trying to the image. Or do you like the beautiful lotus flower and lighter being? Peace, transcendence, happiness. We're kind, we're nice. Or do we need to be in the dark recesses of a cherrywood tavern? I even have O negative blood. I give life. We are universal blood types. Meaning anyone in an emergency can use my blood type or those of O negative people. We're the only ones who can save your lives. I will never give blood ever again because of this. How do you like them apples? It was bad. I'm expecting $5 to $8 million in pain and suffering, mental anguish, death threats, whistleblower-like harassment, street theater, skits in front of my apartment. A stupid landlord who's dumber than me but gets to own a lot of stuff. Isn't that fascinating when you find out like property owners might be actually dumber? They even showed it through my face. You know how sometimes you're like, oh, I don't like that expression. They are showing who they are. That's all they can produce. That's what they produce. Isn't that gross? Hey, do we have a medium in the house? So anyway, sorry to go on and on, but what happened to me is actually historic. It's a severe and extreme problem that Philly hasn't fixed it yet. Does Sharon have to be hidden? Just like in that video with Yoko Ono and John Lennon, they walk up to a house and it says, "This is not here." What if people actually do live off the grid, but you will never find out? Or what if people live somewhere else, but appear to be living somewhere through video? How would you know for certain? How do you know where people actually live? Or people need to be carted to a very special locale in order to experience life, since so many people are cherry cordial. Okay, so anyway, with that said, I'm actually a really nice, sweet person who loved and adored John Lennon's music and the Beatles' music and so forth and so on. It was supposed to be a good thing. And what happened? Imagine all the warmongers pushed back really hard on these people. That's how bad it is. Martin Luther King would roll over in his grave if he knew what some people were going to do up down here. I wouldn't substitute teach. It's not worth dying for. That's right. That's how bad it is here. I'm gonna make my green juice. Eat raw vegan foods. Okay, so have a great day, and thank you so much.